Hello there, Mr. Vale. Good morning. Nice to see you. So yeah, trying to fix the chat thing because it decided to break once again. You know, naturally as it does every single time. As you do. So we might be going through without a chat box, but hopefully I can get that thing running here in just a sec. Just to show, yeah, the music is over here. I just basically have it set to mute every time that I go out of the window, just so I know when that happens. But anyway, let's see. Let's test it now. Did that fix it? Does not appear to have fixed it yet. Hold on. We will fix you. We have the technology. I think. We at least have some technology. It's very technological. Yeah, let's see. Let's put on this button. Let's turn off this thing now. There we go. Select source, refresh the daily. And let's see. Did that cause it to come back to life for some reason? And, well, we got a white box. That's progress. Put a test in there. See what happens. See what happens. Come on there, box. You can do it. We believe in you. Believe in your boxiness. Yeah, I don't know. That thing's just not working right. Okay, let's remove that box. And let's try the chat box again. Since nobody's quite here yet, thankfully. Alright, let's try the next one in the list. There we go. Do you work by a chance? So you feel like you end up growing your own chat box slowly? It's a white box, then it evolves names, then slowly blossoms into an actual chat, like a houseplant, or the demigoddess Danica, Lord of the Underworld, god of fertility, and pushover if you have a charge horn. Very true. Very, very true. Come on, chat box. You can do it. Like, I think part of the reason is because I have 5 different versions of the chat box saved, and it just, like, randomly decides which one it wants to work every time. So, yeah, that's always fun when that happens. So here we go. Let's set this sucker up over here. Chatbox, can you do it? Can you do the thing where you work? Okay. Source. The same. Chatter. Do not hide things. Okay. Text. All that. Good. Good. It all exists. We're slowly loading in. I think we've got white box status right now. Alright. Alright. Okay. So, refresh it again. That's good. You know, we're getting somewhere, I think. Chatbox. You maybe want to try chatting a bit better. Alright. Let's see, if you don't one-shot Danica, by the way, the whole map explodes into plants and infinitely spawning chaos gates. That's response saying you never saw infinitely spawning enemies in OV64. Yeah, I figured it would be something like that, but yeah, no, that was the world's shortest last boss fight. You know what? Actually, it's funny because it somehow lasted less than this one fight I was watching the other day where somebody was doing an RE2 speedrun, and they got it just right to the point where they basically just had a rocket launcher for the very, very end. And granted, you get one anyway, but normally you don't have a rocket launcher for the fight after that. So, like in the B route, there's a secondary last boss there. And somehow they did it just right to where they just basically rocket launcher the crap out of the very last one. It's like, well, that sorts that problem out real good. Okay, let's see. Do we want to go for Chatbox 1, or Chatbox 2, or Chatbox 3, or Chatbox 4? We haven't tried 2 yet. Let's give this a go. Alright, Chatbox 2, you got this. Can you do it? Do you have the technology? I wonder if I turn off the face emotes, if it'll work better. Alright. Refresh the thingy. And there we go. So I just got the little thingy that the notifications went out. So might be seeing some folks here in just a sec. Let's test once more. And come on, Box. You got this. Come on, Chatbox. God dang it. That is frustrating. Why do you not work? Actually, yesterday I was asking some folks who are way more familiar with this whether they knew what the hell was up with this, and they had no clue. So apparently this is an unusual issue. So okay, let's let's try this. I'm gonna try removing a whole bunch of different ones. Alright. So let's test. Whoa, hello. No, not display capture. Whoa, that is crazy looking. Nope. Yes, I do want to remove that. That is quite large and everywhere. Okay, let's test it now. And does it work? And no, it does not. Oh boy, we are gonna be having a fun day today. Okay, well, worst case scenario, we'll just go with that in chat box. Again, I'm just kind of waiting for more folks to show up here so we can get this thing started proper, because there is some new stuff early on, and I've actually gone ahead and moved everything to a different location so that we can have a fresh set of everything. So yeah, new saves and all that, and yeah, there we go. It's loading on its own, so that tells me that it should hopefully be functional now. Alright, let's see. Let's turn you on and off. Okay, we did that whole thing. So you got turned on and off. Now we go to properties. Now we tell it to refresh itself. Okay, there we go. And there we are. Let's see. I need to work for another 2 hours yet to have fun with this. Is there an OB64 run coming up? There absolutely can be. Hello there, Mr. Evan. We are currently going through the usual fun of seeing whether the chat box comes to life magically. But yeah, so there we go. If it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, we'll see. I'm assuming it's still having weird loading issues like it usually does. So somewhere down the line it should come back. So first things first, with Himeko Story here, like I said, going for a new save here. So the UI is completely changed. We've, you know, as before, you've got the list of campaigns, so that'll be modded campaigns down the road. What else do we have here? We've, I mean, obviously you can tell all the UI is looking different. There's a movement speed and camera speed and battle speed and all that kind of thing. So I'm gonna leave that as normal for the moment, but then I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up as we get going. And so let's go ahead and do this thing. There's a lot more options available early on. So your 3 starting characters are actually in all different classes now. Basically a whole bunch of good stuff. So you have a good one with your work, Mr. Vale. And yeah, let's see if this chat box decides to come to life. Let's see if it lives. But yeah, so the UI got entirely redone. There's actually a way to rename your characters now. I actually got a sort of sneak peek rudimentary version of it. Since oh, whoops. Sorry about that, because I installed it in a new place and had a little warning in the background here that was like, are you... did you know you're launching a new thing? And then it's just pausing it. My bad, my bad. It'll be back in a sec. So just give that a moment here and we'll be right back. The usual kind of starting loading shenanigans, and there we go. We are back in business. So today this is launched on early access. If you're interested in hopping on board and all that, it's !HS for Himeko Story. That has the link to their Steam page and all that. If you want to if you want to look at it or watch it or buy it or whatever else you want to go for doing with this thing, I think it's got a lot of potential coming up. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Now I was hoping that the whole stream load thing would go a little bit better from changing which directory I had it put into. Before I had it put into the backup one because I figured it didn't take many resources. And yeah, then I find out that actually having your stream and game on different directories might not be the best idea in the world. But yeah, such is kind of how that goes. So it'll be up here in just a sec. This first loading screen into the main area is by far the longest loading screen I've seen in the entire game. Typically, if you're not streaming it, since streaming kind of has a tendency to make everything load like 4 times as long, but if you're not streaming it, it'll typically be up in like 30 seconds or so. But yeah. So let's see, as far as available early options now, yeah, your 3 main characters all start off as different classes, as in your main one's a cleric, she's the healing sort. Your religious one that kind of looks like Agrius is now a cadet, so basically like a sword laser user. And you've got your other one as an archer, or rather a ranger in this one. So you get more availability of different classes early on. Kind of shows more of the whole fact that they're supposed to be trained better than everybody else. Let's see, your tutorial armory guy gives you pretty much all the starting equipment you're going to need. And yeah, apparently there's been a lot of other little changes here and there that I actually haven't seen for a little bit. So yeah, there's going to be a ton of new stuff. I don't have the entire changelog in front of me, but either way, I'm really excited to see the potential of this thing, because yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. Like, especially if we end up getting the whole modding community and stuff like that going. Like, pretty much what I'm seeing is the mechanics that are there, because this is basically like turn-based ogre battle in a lot of ways, and yeah, that's something I can always be on board for. But I really like the system in this. Essentially, each of your characters, you just form them up into squads of up to 10. Every time that those squads meet, they'll essentially have a little exchange. Each of them has one action. If they didn't take their action, they'll use that as a response action later down the road. So it's a pretty simple board game-like format. Alright, so it looks like they even start off with different equipment and stuff like that. Alright, ooh. Okay, apparently feedback has happened. So our camera rotation is now E and Q. Before it was with R. So okay. So it's WAS to move. Let's see. Left click or spacebar to close. Okay, so it is spacebar for activation now. Q and E to look around. Yeah, it's kind of funny because before it was messing with my XCOM 2 run. Because I kept hitting R to rotate the window. It's like, no, you've reloaded. Alright. So, as per usual, you get your starting 3 sisters, you get your fairy, you get your doge. And then this guy's like, hey, go deal with some slimes or some such. So then we go talk to him. Yes. He says go check out some stuff, so we'll do that. Now then. So, let's see. Ooh! Okay, we got little objective markers and stuff like that. And looks like, yeah, we got our little window drop, or item drops on the right now. So, let's see if I can do this correctly. I was given a little command on how exactly to change the names here. Bear in mind, this is coming in... Don't quote me on this, but it sounded like this was coming in the next update. It just didn't quite make it to this one. But yeah, there is a function in place to change it. Also, let's see. It looks like the speed options are some scaling multipliers that make things run about 50% faster. Nice. Okay. So, let's see what we do. So, so I'm just going down the list here to see which one of these it is. So let's see. Click on a character, bring up the console with more tiddly, type in rename new name. Okay. Alright, let's see that happen. So, first of all, this one is pretty obvious right here. Oh, and we actually have an XP counter now. Good. Okay, so everything's looking nice and pretty nowadays. So let's see, let's hit F1. Now, okay. Does that do it? Or do I have to do it some other way? Let's see if I go here and then here. Okay, that wasn't the right command. Hang on. How do I do this? Oh, I see what it is. Okay, hang on. I'm in the wrong screen, that's why. So if I go to Lance Setup... Alright, so select them. Okay, there we go. So, this is now Steve. Nice. Okay, you are now... Alright. You are now Braxton. These ones I'm not going to mess with because I'm assuming they've probably got some scripts and stuff, so I'm going to leave that as is for now, but I'm going to rename new characters based off of anyone that we get. Also, it looks like we got a new set of armor for you. Actually, yeah, this is a new look for her. So it seems like, yeah, some of the equipment stuff might have potentially gotten some new stuff in there. So that's always nice. It seems like this is about the same. And alright, let's go ahead and save those new names there, and get back to it. Now, let's see if that chat has by any chance appeared. Come on, chat box. I believe in you. I believe you can words. Okay. So, let's go ahead and test out that movement speed thingy. Alright, and get out of that menu and return to game. Ooh, okay, that's nice. That's nice. Significantly faster. Huh. Okay, so it's actually just enter University Complex now. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, yeah. Previously, as soon as you would enter it, it would just ask if you want to go to the tower or whatever else. They're like, hey, we got the sweet crystal thing. It prevents people from, like, telefragging everybody inside. Ooh. Okay, that's new. So, apparently story stuff gives you little XP drops now. So that's nice. Now it said 54. I noticed that the bar went up about 5% of the way. Let's double check their actual stats. See what they get. No, they got 4. Okay. Some of them got 5, some got 4. I think that's what it was. Alright. Just checking. I want to see all the stuff that's changed since last time, because there's a good little bit of it. Yeah, I'm liking that. That feels a lot nicer than it did before. So that's a good little thingy there. And then we got Slaminators, and they're like, oh man. They're going up all our place. Should have installed a manhole cover over there. But no, we couldn't afford it. Okay. So now we go to land setup. Would you like a tutorial on how to set it up? No. Can't help but notice this uses the old UI assets, so that might be. I'm not sure if it was missed or not. Anyway, so let's go ahead and make 2 teams here. See, army size, maximum size. Okay, army size is definitely a smaller thing than it was before. Leadership cost 0, leadership 5 out of 5. Alright. Let's see, can I make these guys all one team now? Alright, 2 out of 5, so no I can't. Then we'll do the old strategy here, so we'll go ahead and move you. So move from squad. For future reference, one thing that I feel would be a nice change is like if you could select their tile and then just like right-click over here, then it would just automatically remove them. Just a random thought. Probably not super necessary, but just kind of there. Alright. So let's go ahead and pop up one of those. Let's create one other new team, and then just have this cut face over here, along with the berry, and that should hopefully keep everybody all good. Alright. And yeah, so you get all your teams over here, they're all sitting in reserves, and then you just pop them into the fight, and you're good to go. And as far as I can tell, there's no actual limit to how many units you can actually deploy, so could see some shenanigans out of that. Yep, let's have you fire a bit of a shot over here. 69. Okay. She's got her sword lasers. I probably could have just had her attack from far away. Apparently Steve is an attack fairy, not a healing one, so I guess I put him in the wrong team. Oh well. See how all of that goes. Yeah, That seems a little bit snappier than it was before. That's always nice. So as you saw there, the wolf, well, the wolf counterattacked, the monk healed. Well, not a monk, they're a cleric in this one. I don't know if a monk actually is a class later down the line. But point being, they didn't have the option to use their turn earlier, so they went ahead and counterattacked using their remaining ability. So I can go ahead and do that, and gonna be pretty much good to go. And you can probably just keep smashing on these guys. Also, yeah, he wasn't kidding. Cadets are way better now. So she starts off as a cadet. That's basically it's basically a mage knight kind of thing where they're using sword lasers. We'll say her armor appears a little bit overpowered for early game, but whatever, that's fine. This first fight really shouldn't be much of a threat. Because again, they do point out later down the line, they're like, hey, you guys have way more training than the rest of our army, just so you know. And so, at the time, everybody was just an adventurer, which is the basic class with basic equipment, and they would probably lose to any generic grunt, so that's why I'm kind of glad to see them a little bit better. Alright, let's see how much of the food mechanic is in here now. So, he gives us 3 grand for that. I'm assuming he probably owed some taxes, and we're just going to run off with them, and or conveniently forget to deliver them to the capital. I'm not super sure about that. But, didn't get any levels out of that, that's fine. So we'll go over here, get our next gerb. I really like the music in this game, I have to say. Not really sure what it reminds me of, but it's really nice. Especially, I think I've mentioned this before, but yeah, the Area 2 music, just like the sheer dreariness of it, which seems like a weird selling point, but yeah, I don't know. I'm always a fan for really dreary music, and that one's just like a big old apocalyptic hellscape. It's pretty nice, it's pretty nice. Done inspecting the tower. Like, yep, they're doing their job. And so his question is how exactly she can know that, because she kinda can't. Alright. Talk to the dude guys over here. And there we go. And appears he is, okay, so apparently if you double tap spacebar, you can get him to load without close again. By the way, I will be noting, like, little bits and pieces here and there. I don't mean to criticize anything, it's just for the sake of, like bug testing and all that. Oh yeah, and he actually lets you know that he has equipment now. Good, good! And so you'll be heading out soon, as we've instructed you to give you this from the armory. What's changed here? Okay, so we got a hunter set, we got a healer set, we got a paladin set, and we got a caster set, warlock set, illusionist, and tinker. Okay. Oh yeah, and technically a gunner set, though. Okay, before we go there, we should go to the tavern and take some adventures. Nifty! Let's go hire some grunts. So yeah, you can get the 5 adventurers that you get there, and as well as 3 students, who are the same thing that as Miss Pink is over here. So just kind of basic healer class. Now, okay, so apparently you can still drop off that cliff. Just with a little bit of turning and weird angles and all that kind of thing. So let's go over here. Actually, it's funny because that cliff thing was previously not there anymore. Alright. Looking for some adventures? Yeah, give me some grunts. Alright. So, peoples, what kind of classes do you want to be? Alright, oh, and she actually tells you about the upstairs students now. Good. So let's go up there. So impulsive and naive, will you teach them a lesson? Yeah, sure, I mean, they totally won't die. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, this game does have permadeath, unlike a lot of other RPGs out there. So it's kind of interesting that it actually revolves around a kind of a practice of replacing your units constantly. So they give you a good amount of dudes to start off with. But yeah, every time that anyone goes down in a fight, there are no revives, there's no second chances. If they take a bad crit and die, they're just dead. So yeah, you have some classes that actually specialize in training others, like for example, knights end up training cadets better. If you essentially take a bunch of adventurers, you turn them into cadets. They're kind of iffy to start off with, but you put them in leadership of a knight, and essentially he'll go ahead and boost all their stats and make them better until they can, become something good themselves. So it's nice. It's nice. I really like those kinds of mechanics, like where you just have certain units leading others. Like for example, these guys, the foresters, you can get some perks for them that allow them to function really well with wolves, because you know they're foresters. They track stuff with wolves. We got Steve over here, who technically can probably become other things. I believe Dryad's actually one of the new ones. Let's see, Green Charisma Control, use to pacify threats. Okay, their spells focus on the strongest. Darkest are the ones that steal health, and Flame Touched are just kind of like the basic attackers. I'm going to leave Steve as a basic attacker here, get them a few of their perks. I definitely want them to be a Mender at some point, because if you get any fairy units, you turn them into Menders. You basically have a bit of cross-classing going on. This will actually apply to students and stuff like that as well, wherein if you get their level up, you get an ability that's called a Healing Burst, and essentially that just lets them heal as other classes. So you get limited... Okay. Builders in Ellesmere, south of Sunrise Falls. Okay. Will do. I believe that's the crafting town, if I recall correctly. Okay, Village Elders in Ellesmere, southwest. Okay. So, let's go over here. Because I am fairly certain that's crafting town. Alright, how have the encounters changed now? So you get a little bit of pause every time the time of day shifts. Let's go ahead and raid a couple wagons here, see what we can get. What you got for me, wagons? Do you want to enter looted wagon? Yes, please. What do we got? We got some iron bars and some potatoes. Always good to have more potatoes. It's never a bad day for potatoes. Actually, lots of looted wagons here today. So these are basically just like free loot that's scattered around the map. I use them for crafting, for surviving, all that kind of thing. A little bit of bread. Not sure how much I really want bread that's been sitting out in the sun all day, but whatever. And what did that one give us? I think I might have overlaid 2 different UI elements there. So here we go. We got a random fight with blobs here. These things are fairly easy to beat. I don't know how balance has changed since last time again, so we're just gonna see how that goes now. I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody rest for... Let's give them like 4 hours. So that'll get this up. That means that their experience is going to go up a good bit faster, and I believe it actually ups their hit rate a little bit. Let's see here. So as far as the characters go, we've got to go for the usuals here. So, Evan H, you're going to be on here. We're going to have, we're just going to have everybody. You know what? We're going to have everybody. Need to form them into teams and everything as well. So before we get started on all that, let's put you here. To start off with, we basically have adventurers, which are your basic attacker class, and then you've got students, which are your basic healer class. Alright, those guys are all capped out, that's fine. Your party size is determined entirely, well, not entirely, basically to explain the mechanics, and why they have different colors above them. So, when you look at the color here, it tells you what their actual affinity is. Similar colors will have better affinity and will essentially cost less leadership to deploy. Yeah, that's kind of about how that goes. Now, apparently they also fight better or worse depending on how they all go. I don't know the exact mechanics of that, but alright. It also appears that, yeah, at this point you can't actually deploy the old fighter-student combo. Oh, actually no, they're coming in with slightly randomized stats now. Interesting, okay. I didn't realize that was in the game. So let's put you here, and let's put you here. Don't know why that one guy there just refused to make friends, but oh well. Oh well, now... By any chance can we remove any of you? Not really. Okay, so the one guy is just going to be kind of off by himself. If we need to involve him in any fights, we will. Probably won't, though. Because we're just going into this first one for the sake of experience. Now, I'm going to be going through this under kind of let it ride rules, so if the entire party gets wiped, we'll reload it, but if just random characters die, then we won't. So, there we go. Let's go ahead and do this thing. I did just forget to rename them, didn't I? So, okay, that's fine. I should still be able to do it, I think. Alright, let's go over to Lance setup here. Come on, screen, load it up here. Alright, first dude I see, Mr. Evan. Yeah, so there will be an actual command for this later. Okay, we gotta have Crocow in here. By the way, I'm making you guys menders because you're less likely to die immediately. Alright, let's get... Is it Regdren? Dakar, that's who it was. Dagar. There we go. Oh, right. Alright, so there's Dagar. There is... Let's go with Pan for you. Let's go... Don't know if having that capitalized will mean anything. Apparently not. Actually, I forgot... Oh wait, I named the dog Braxton right. And let's get Rakes in here. Alright, so that leaves... What, do we have one character unnamed? Need a lady face name. Nope, whatever, Superfleet. She didn't ask, she probably doesn't even know who the hell I am, but screw it, that's Superfleet now. So we got Dakar, Pen, we got Procow, and Superfleet over here, seems fitting. Evan and Elxanthus, and Rix. And then I guarantee I forgot somebody, and I'm just gonna feel like a dick later. And I know exactly who I forgot, and that's... Don't worry, you aren't forgotten. Mr. Vale, you are gonna be a thing, just wait a second, you'll see. Anyway, okay, to explain a little bit better, he was asking to be a vampire kind of thing last time, and we actually can make him a dryad, so he was the one that made the fairy run happen, so we're basically just gonna make him into a dryad fairy, which is basically a vampire fairy. So, there we go. Sounds like a plan. So, these guys don't get along very well, so they obviously don't fight together very well. So, yeah, their teams are a little bit scattered about here. Once they get a little bit more cohesion, you know, presumably there's less infighting between the group and all that, then they should be doing a little bit better. So, let's get you over here. Now, because she's got laser swords, and because her fairy friend is a caster, they can just go ahead and attack from far away. There we go, they did that. I'm going to move these guys over here. Logically speaking, I should have them attack, but I'm not super confident in their ability to finish one of these off. I put out all those ranged abilities in hopes that they would finish off one of those blobs, which would give them a reasonable enough chance to actually survive an attack from all three, but I don't want to be taking any losses right off the bat, so I did put Rakes in a dangerous position there. He should probably be fine, though, because, yeah, these guys do pretty much piss all damage, so we should be alright. Let's go ahead and end the turn there. Oof. Okay, and we're taking crits right off the bat. Fantastic. Also, I should point out the way that... Actually, I did kind of point out the way this works, but the reason that formations matter in this game is because essentially they will determine entirely who's getting hit in the party. So, like, if you have somebody directly in the center, they're usually going to be the safest from most areas. But if you have somebody on the sides, if you're trying to keep them safe on the sides, that's actually where you want your strong guys. So, yeah, don't try to keep people safe on the sides. Because those sides are usually going to be the ones getting attacked the most. Alright, so there we go. They only did 20. That's pretty iffy. Let's go ahead and have you just attack right here. Now, bear in mind, melee range will cause everybody in the party to attack with everything they have. Using a ranged attack will only use ranged options, with the close range ones essentially getting a counter attack. Just to kind of explain what's going on there. Alrighty. Merble. Love that they all get unique death quotes and stuff like that. It's actually weird, there's these pumpkin-headed guys, which are exactly a reference to what you think they are, that will be showing up later. I'm just gonna go ahead and ranged attack these guys, because I'm pretty sure he's just gonna attack directly in front of them. So that means this team can get a little bit more experience. Actually, no, you go ahead and finish off this guy. How about that? How's that sound? Sounds decent? Sounds decent. And as you can see, they're getting way the hell more experience for actually taking part in fights. And yeah, it only takes a few rounds now. It seems like before it used to actually take a couple battles. Now, as long as they fight 3 or 4 times, they're going to get their level, they're going to get their first perk cards, and essentially that means they can automatically start getting other classes. So in this game, essentially, every time that you get a level up, you just get a pile of cards, and you pick 3 of those. And with those 3 cards, you either unlock a new class, or you get some stat ups, or any number of things, really. You can even tailor specific units to be commanders, which is nice. It's honestly, I feel like not enough games end up paying attention to the fact that good leaders are actually a useful thing. It's like if you have a bunch of people that are good at fighting and have no leader, they are not going to get anything done. So, you know, there's that. So I'm just going to have these guys go ahead and just engage directly. Just because I want at least one of those things gone, and it seems like they exactly missed that memo. So we'll just end the turn there, because the entire team is almost ready to level up. Oh, whoa! Oops. I think Rakes just got 8. Because apparently there's another blob squad I wasn't paying attention to. Crap. Well, sorry. I didn't realize they were hiding behind a building. That's my bad. Okay, finish them off. That was less than ideal. There we go. 3 level ups, by the looks of it. You guys want to go ahead and finish off these other 2? Yeah, there's 1. Should be a good dump of experience for them. And now you finish off that last one, please. Alrighty. Now, you guys can just attack from this side. You've already leveled up, so whatever. This is why you never want to have one guy off by himself. Yeah, they are gonna just absolutely take every single bit of damage that comes their way. And there's not really too much that they can do about it. They can dodge, they can block and all that, but these guys, they are literally just basic grunts that we gave a sharp stick to. So, yeah. It's like, here's a sword, go stab things. But I've never even trained before, too bad. I mean, they're just randos we picked up at a bar. Like, I think they've got like a 5% or something chance to dodge, but up until you give them shields and things, they're not going to be guarded that often. And yeah, with your 3 main characters, by the way, basically blue is more or less your Agria sword, the you know, religious sword lady type of situation. The green one's your kind of more hot-headed one, and your pink one is your sort of meek one, who I always like to make a gunner because that's hilarious. It's like, oh man, I'm all meek and quiet and everything. It's like, here's a gun! Like, okay. But, you know, you do as you do. You can literally make anyone into anything, so go nuts. That's why I was really excited to see the modding potential down the road. Because I wonder what kind of crazy crap people will come up with. Specifically, if anyone was here, I doubt it, but if anyone here was, by any chance, a member of the Dink Smallwood community back in the day, I think that's actually even still running and still producing mods to this day, but it was this old, I want to say it was like wasn't it a Super Nintendo game or something like that originally? And yeah, then it got a PC port, and yeah. If the original premise of the game was literally just like, here's a pig farmer and they want to, you know, they want to get laid, so they're gonna go join. They're gonna try to join the army, but oh wait, their home village got burned down. But oh wait, now they need money. But oh wait, now they're suddenly involved in a weird like apocalyptic conspiracy, and it just goes worse and worse and worse up until eventually, like, yeah, you just basically fight the creator of the game in a sword fight in the middle of hell. It's pretty great. But yeah. So what ultimately ended up happening out of all that mess is that, yeah, we got a ridiculously good mod community out of it. Who, yeah, we're just going and making stuff for absolutely ages. Like, including some really, really, really in-depth and huge mods. And, quite frankly, no one had ever heard of that game as far as I'm aware. Like, I know they did an HD re-release a few years ago, but we're talking about a game that, yeah, like, 9 out of 10 folks probably have no idea what the hell it is. So, okay, it looks like we got full camera control in this map again, although... Or no, it's not full camera control, it's just not a static camera angle anymore. Although we got a floating chest, okay, enchanter wand, oak limb, kindling, and a sprout wand. I believe that's everything but the rune to actually make another fairy. So I'm gonna run around and try to find a few of those fairies, or a few of those forests. So all monster units can essentially be found that way. Essentially, you just go around, you collect the components, and you just essentially make them. So like, nope, I did not want to go there. Okay. Good. Okay, so if you run into an abandoned mine, it's no longer you're accidentally in there. Good. So we're just going to go into the forest then. But yeah, if you run around forests, you can just collect all these random bits and pieces that pop up around the map. You can get yourself fairy units, as many as you want, really. You can do the same for wolves in the second area. You can do the same thing for skeletons. Like, you can make an army out of whatever the hell you want. So yeah. It's pretty open with our, in regards to that. It's not terribly difficult to get any of the special units or whatever, which is nice. And actually, I should probably go ahead and show that level up system now, shouldn't I? I wonder how this has changed. Okay, so we deal out those cards. Okay, so you still can't quite see, what's it? You still can't quite see your stats. I was kind of hoping that the cards would have been moved down here so that you could, you know, kind of peek up at your stats a little bit. But here's how this works. Essentially, you get 3 cards. They are randomly picked from 15 cards that each class can get. If you get them up to level 5, you can get every perk that the class can get. It's marked as Master Class, and then they don't get anything else for leveling up as that class. But yeah, so for her, I'm going to go for blue. It might be more useful with the kinds of stuff she's better at. Let's go ahead and improve healing. Do we get any new classes for her? And seems like we got white. Okay, so we've got a few kind of scaling bonuses. Colors are basically your scaling bonuses. So blue and white are the ones that it seems like she's going to be using mostly. They're just going to scale up her healing abilities and things like that. And yeah, as they level up, they get a bunch of other little passives as well. I believe you can get critical heals, by the way. So that's there. Her leadership doubled out of that one. And yeah, she's got a pretty decent amount of block and dodge at this point. So that's okay. Now, Cadet Lady here, hell of a lot more for block, 84. So she's actually pretty darn good at the whole fighting thing. So let's see, blue. I think magic will help her out there. Let's see, physical defense. Oh, magic attack. There we go. So that gives her 3 extra magic attack on her attacks. And knights. Do I want her as a knight? You know, I'm just going to improve her overall melee attack. So yeah, she got 3 extra physical attack, 3 extra magic attack, and you can actually just stack these up to the point where you just basically can just shoot sword lasers whenever you want. But no, you can augment these in different ways. So her overall attack is a bit higher now. And what do we want to do with you? Alrighty. By the way, congratulations, Mr. Evan, on not dying in the very first fight. Right. So Druid is an upgraded healer, Ranger is an upgraded ranged attacker. I typically make her a Berserker, weirdly enough. But let's go ranged on her, just for the hell of it. Ooh, and dodge. Definitely want to do some dodge. Yeah, her dodge is 97 at this point, so stuff just does not touch her. Alright, and we got the Doge. Wonder if dogs are still as overpowered as they used to be. So, okay, reaction enraged. Yes, that basically just turns them into an absolute beast if they get hit. Physical defense, yes. You can up their block to a ridiculous degree. And let's go blades, because yeah, blades will improve their attack. So he's up to 94. He hits as hard as the Spell Blade Lady. And we got Steve! Steve, very masculine-looking lady fairy over here. You enjoy surviving, huh? Let's see. Increases the duration of status effects? Yes. Let's get more dodge, and... what else? Okay, reaction flame shield, there we go. So that's all I want from you. If I mouse over it... okay, if I mouse over it, still doesn't say exactly what it does here. But it basically, I believe that's a standard fire attack kind of thing. You know, I'm gonna change them over to a healer then. Just because I want to get that healing ability. Or do I want to make them a Darkling? Let's go Mender then Darkling, I think. Provided they survive that long. And they got all nude and stuff, which is, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fine with that. Coming in all naked. Likes to be naked and free. Alright, so that's everybody that's got a level for now. Let's go find one of them rooms. I know one of you have to have spawned here somewhere. That is some acceptable coffee. I would say it's amazing, but it's made with half and half. You want to enter Fair Forest? Hell yeah, I do. I didn't even realize I clicked on one. So, it still takes a little bit of a second to load into these things, but oh well. It's, you know, down the road when optimizations all kick in and stuff like that, it'll be fine. Starting to see a bit of, like, I'm hearing some repeat sound effects. So there might be something to look at as well. And there we go, get you a little bit of armor. There is actually a point in equipping armor in this one. Like, even if you don't have it. Like, defense aside, it actually does give a pretty significant amount of defense. But even defense aside, you're typically seeing a pretty decent amount of attack stat increase. Now, I would take on these guys if I had more units, but for the moment I don't. So yeah, you can hire more. If I go back, I can probably hire 2 extra adventurers. But for the moment, I think we're fine. Alright, coal trunk, wand, and potatoes. We're actually starting to get a little bit low on food here. I don't know if there's actually a penalty for running out of food yet. Now, to my understanding, every day like every time that you get off camera, and/or every day, new events will spawn in. So you can basically just kind of explore around to your heart's content, really. Just go pick up and set up your team as much as you want. So there's Ellesmere. Do you want to enter the forest? Hell yeah, I do. Alright. Now, I don't remember if Ellesmere is the actual boss fight yet. There's a crafting town early on. Oh, hello there, Nate. How's it going? So you're gonna have to figure out why there are multiple sound effects. There are a few oddities with that fairy forest level. And hello! Well, how's things? How's stuff? How are occasions? By the way, just a reminder to anybody, if you want to check out the Steam page, it's !HS, just so you know. And yeah, sorry for repeatedly going to these. I just want to turn one. No, do I want to? I don't want to enter the mine. We're not ready for the mine. We can't handle that technology. Busy. I can imagine. It's launch day and stuff. So yeah, I don't know how to give, like, there's some way that you're supposed to, like, point to somebody and say, like, hey, this person's got stuff and things. In fact, you know what, if I go over to, let's see, fairy flower bulb, I think that flower bulb is the thing I need. Now, out of curiosity, right now, is this, when it's talking about Ellesmere, is it talking about the crafting town, or is it talking about the next thing? Because I would have assumed that going to the crafting town would be the next thing. I mean, I can just save it anyway. Because I know this team isn't ready. They would... I mean, I guess technically we might be able to sort of eke out a win. But everybody's still level 1 at this point. Okay, so it is crafting town? And, you know, before I'm completely misunderstanding it. Alright, let's see if I'm... Because, yeah, it doesn't look like... It is crafting town. Okay, good. Okay. Good. So you are directed here immediately. That's good to know. Alright. So, crafting. Is there anything I can make just yet? Probably not. Yeah, because I don't have any of those things. For that sound effect, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like a down the road thing, but it would be kind of nice to see that maybe not cut out as abruptly. It's like a do, kind of sound after that maybe. Druidry. 10 elders. I need... Actually, wait, I don't need to buy any recipes off you. I already started with that recipe. Make me fairies! Okay. I'm gonna grow me a frickin' fairy. What do I need for this? Bulb, water, and rune year. Okay, never mind, I did need that rune. My bad. In that case, I need to go get another one. So you need to add more nightlife to the towns. Oh, it's after sunset, there's not going to be much here? Okay, well that's fine, we can go wander around for another day. I have noticed, by the way, in a couple cases, like, just showing off right here, there's a couple cases now where, yeah, you can, like right now I've technically gotten myself stuck. So right there on that little spot, it looks like you can fall off, but that's fine. I may want to stick a little bit of a boundary right there. But yeah. See, the town elders aren't out tonight? Yeah, because they probably went to sleep at like 6 p.m. You know, they stayed out late. Like, oh, gotta take my pills and watch my shows and go to sleep and then complain about all the peoples that I don't like. But yeah, I've noticed there were a couple cases. In the starter town, the cliff that you could fall off there, that was from like months ago, that seems to have come back for some reason. Not sure what's changed. It might just be the movement speed thing. But either way, just throwing that out there. And again, I just want to throw a little disclaimer out here, as I always do. These loading times are not nearly as long if you're not streaming. Streaming, like, friggin' quadruples them, so just so you know. Without any stream on, it's functionally instant. Anyway. So we're not going in there just yet because I want to go and explore around, find that rune Gier. Gier? I don't know. Actually, I believe that's the same rune that gives you all those items in Binding of Isaac. It's nice. It's nice. Also, it's really nice seeing green grass. Because yeah, for those that aren't currently experiencing the absolute and utter joy of it, it is cold as crap up in the north of the states right now. Like, ridiculously cold. It is jokes cold over here right now. Okay, let's see, that's what they're doing. I'll go check on that. Okay, so it is a speed thing? Gotcha. Because yeah, I only have movement speed turned up at the moment. I can probably turn the other... You know, I might as well turn up the other stuff just to kind of see how it goes. Ooh, and we got more blobbies to test that on, too. Ooh, random wolf pack. Okay, that's a new one. Wolves and fairies. I would kind of figure the wolves would eat the fairies. But then again, you know what? Maybe the wolves realize that they're pack hunting and then they get injured. And they usually only need one hit to be taken out, so if they have healers there to patch them back up and get them back into it, I guess that would be a kind of reasonable team up, huh? Interesting. Alright. Rune Sen, but what about my Rune Gier? Can I use that to make a centaur? I actually don't know if there's centaurs in this game. I would imagine there could be. I mean, it would be a pretty nifty Shining Force reference. I'm gonna think that I think that's the only time I've seen a centaur in a game that wasn't Harry Potter. Actually, I don't even know if the Harry Potter games had the centaurs in it. It's just like, you never see centaurs in anything. And yeah, weirdly enough, just a bunch of your main characters are just centaurs with lances for some reason. It's like, oh yeah, just everyday normal stuff, just big old centaur running around, like, what? Why are you a centaur? Just kind of because I just am. Don't question it. Don't question it. You'll have more fun that way. Ah, man. I should totally do Shining Force at some point. Alright. Still no Rune Gier. Should be told, I have never not gotten the Rune Gier from my first 3. Alright. Let's go for another one. Conveniently, they're basically everywhere, so you can just keep doing this until you get one. I find this to be nice. Like, it's weird because, again, when playing through, like, Fire Emblem Awakening or something like that, it bugged me to no end. But I should point out, that's because in that one, if you got your characters ridiculously over-leveled, like, they were just straight up unstoppable. One crit was not going to potentially kill them off. Not to mention, if they were married, they were literally invincible. So, you know, basically giving infinite grinding in that game was just hilarious. Like, especially the fact that they tried to limit it, because you had to use an item to get random encounters. Except then they gave you more of that item pretty much constantly. Right. So, is there any downside, by the way, to running out of food now, aside from the rest mechanic? Centaurs are in Warcraft? Totally didn't know that. Alright, Rungier, come on. Give me that Rungier! It's like it's either a Fairy Bulb, Rune Sun, or Rungier, I think, for this starting area. Something like that. Enter the mine, not quite yet. I want to go back and fight those blobbies if I can. It seems like they are really, really populating the map here. Alright, let's go fight these Blobosaurs. They're not actually called Blobosaurs, but I kind of want... Oh, see, it might not be too hard to add Centaurs. So if you run out of food, you get lower XP. Also, you don't max out your rest bar when you rest, and you'll travel slower. Oh. Well, I guess we should probably not be starving then. Huh. Yeah, okay, then we won't fight the blobs. Since everybody's, like, gnawing on sticks to survive. It's okay, I guess I can eat later. Fine, everybody, stop complaining. We'll go back to town. Go buy some food, because I usually buy, like, 5,000 potatoes and then never have to buy anything again. I'm going! Everybody, just stop being pissy. We're going. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for starving everyone. Oh, man. How weird would it be if there was a mechanic that if you just went too many days without eating, you just started losing party members as they cannibalize them? Like, I'm sorry we ate the fairy. Jeez, Pan, are you threatening to cannibalize the dog now? Yeah, we can only move one tile at a time now. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I do like that, though. Like, it's just punishing enough to make you want to go get more, but it's not enough to make the game unwinnable. Gotcha. Good stuff. Hello there, big dog. How's it going? Good morning to you. Hopefully you're having a fine one over there. Let's see. I can add whatever's the most fun. Eating fairies might traumatize my kids, though. True. Man. No, I definitely don't add that as a feature. I just thought it was funny. Alright, how much money do I have? 3 grand. I think... Let's see, yeah, if I go to this, I can probably hire a couple grifters. So these guys are basically... Oh, crap, I'm way too broke for that. Okay, never mind. They are more expensive than they used to be, and we are out of here. So, yeah, I think they used to be like 2 or something. Anyway. Yeah, grifters are kind of the price they should be now. So let's go this way. See, do you see Pan's Labyrinth? That skinny guy eats fairies. That was scary. This is true. This is true. Yeah, let's maybe not eat the fairies. This is what happens when we put you in charge. Jeez. Rude. Okay. Now that everybody's deciding to have friggin' mutiny over here. Doing good, just chilling? Just chilling is good. By the way, I tried to get the chat box working. Actually, in fact, let's take a quick... It will be silent for just a sec. Don't worry about that. It'll be fine. I want to see if I can get this chat box working again. It'll just be a second, because I literally just have to select it and see if it loads. So if this loads, then we'll have chat box. If not, then screw it, I tried. Do not shut down source when not visible. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. So I told it to do stuff. Let's see if it comes back to life. And there we go. So now I put it in performance mode again, and hopefully it comes back. Hopefully it comes back. I wish I could just have it not do that, but either way. By the way, just gotta say, definitely appreciating the changes to the Q&E keys. Really, really, really appreciating that. So everybody's gonna get some cheese. I think you used to be able to get potatoes here. What happened to that? What happened to your potatoes, sir? Alright, let's get 520 potatoes. Let's go sell some goop. Mr. Goblin, I've got your best friend Goop here for you. Would you like some goop? Come here, you buy. You want equipment? Yes. This guy just needs like the RE4 merchant, just like welcome thing. Maybe. Let's go sell a couple of these. We got a bunch of them. Sell a couple of these. Should be pretty well rolling in the money after this. Sell a couple of these. We're just setting slimes, because I probably won't be using slimes. Some of these ones, and yeah, I think we're alright. Got 5,400 bucks out of that. Yeah, we actually have, let's see who we can combine. Because we got some leadership scores after that. Because I haven't added the new buttons to the shop, have to fix that. Yeah, I was noticing that in, what's it? I was noticing that in the old man's speech at the start of it, too. He was using the same thing, and yeah, I'm gonna have to turn off that chat box, because it's just appearing as a white box, I see. That's an on-and-off issue, I don't know what to tell you. As I have tried repeatedly to get that stupid thing fixed, and it just keeps coming back in some weird way. Alright, so now we have a mender that's just kind of off here by her own. Out of curiosity, if I make you a leader... Okay, you're just gonna have 2 points, that's what it was. I thought they had semi-randomized leadership score. Oh, oops. So I should probably save. Alright, return to Graham. Did I talk to you about the bandits? Yes. A certain Bellamy and his dudes have taken it? Well, that's a shame. I kinda wonder if we'll come back to this town later, and maybe he'll actually have that stuff there. Do you do anything new? So glad I can find food from home here, but it's so expensive. I mean, it's like $3 a pop for bread. That's about the same as it is over here. Let's see, is the chat box an issue with just this game not tolerating the overlay, or are there any other games having that problem? It's a Streamlabs issue. It's been happening for a while there. It's just at random, it shows up as a white box, or it just doesn't load. I'm pretty sure it's because I had it set as multiple chat box sources, but either way, it's a Streamlabs thing. Don't worry, it's not the game. It's not the game. A little bit worried about not having enough money later, but I want to go ahead and get that kind of team going. We'll just sell more stuff if needed. Now then, since we need peoples, let's go ahead and name our peoples. There we go. Oh, wait. There we go, had to capitalize it. You are now a bald guy, congratulations. And we need a chick name. Hang on, what's their face? I don't know if they're still part of the AC community, but there we go. Something like that. I don't remember the exact spelling, but it was something like that. It was like Queen Rain, but it was all misspelled. But there were one that was they were actually doing challenge runs and rocket runs and all that. Not specifically rocket runs. I think it was just they used a lot of rockets. But either way, they were doing stuff ages ago. It's actually on one of their videos is how I met probably my longest term friend. And yeah, it's kind of weird. I haven't seen them in ages. I was asking if they were interested in joining our Armor Core community, but unfortunately, there was no word there. So I'm assuming they're off to greener pastures, as it were. Let's see. Let's see. He's an honor, but I mean, the last rookie we got, didn't survive so good. Let's see. Army is capped at 200 again. Yeah, it did. It did it again. You find out where that's happening. I mean, given that we just recently didn't, I'm wondering if it's maybe just like. Bear in mind, this might just be me being a friggin' rookie when it comes to coding and crap, but like maybe once it passes 9 or something, it's just it pushes all of the text back one digit or something like that. I don't know, just random idiot thoughts. I don't know exactly how that works. I mean, hell, I remember when I was putting a game together for my game design class and back in school. I remember it took me forever just to figure out how the hell to make sprites appear. So I don't know if I'm specifically the guy who should be giving advice, but whatever. Oh, I guess I should let these people rest or whatever, huh? Come to think of it, is there actually an option for resting in towns now? Is that something that you can actually do? Oh, by the way, Mr. Big Dog Man, do you want a character? Probably should have asked earlier. Sorry that took so long. Let's see. One other thing I've always kind of been wondering is why on earth the reserves and stuff like that end up facing the wrong direction. I'm assuming it's probably just some random leftover thing there, but oh well. Let's put you here. And this time, try not to let somebody get randomly eaten. Because last time, Rakes kind of wound up a tad bit more dead than I would have liked. So you should be able to rest at taverns? Okay, gotcha. Then I will definitely make sure to do so going forward. Yeah, Yumi's team, I'm not even slightly worried about. Because they've got a healer. Actually, they've got 2 healers at this point. I believe Flame Shield is just like a counter burn, if I recall correctly, but we'll see. Probably won't be seeing that for a good long while. All I really want is a couple ranks of Healing Burst on Steve, and then we should be good to go from there. Let's move you guys up this way. Uh-oh, I did it. I did the thing again. Ah, crap. I broke it. Or rather, I broke that squad. So, apparently, tab shifting while they're moving causes them to lock in place while their actual team doesn't appear to change locations. Okay, hands off the tab key. Those 2 are stuck in some infinite void right now. Alright, that team, good. Where's the rest of the blobs? Where are you, Blobosaurs? No, you're out here someplace. Oh, they're right there. Good. Good. So let's have you move this way. Let's have you move this way. We'll go Fix. I appreciate Fix. Sorry for a break. But yeah. So, you know, we'll be calling out stuff to be fixed as it goes. That's the point of early access and stuff. Get all those little things ironed out. Alright. So. You go do the hacky thing. Okay, good. Almost leveled up. And then these 2, finally at the very end. Now that we know that there's no remaining stuff to do. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And you can probably finish off this squad right here. I should probably mention a cool thing about this, by the way. At any point, you actually have the option to retreat. And yeah, you come back and the army's exactly as you left it. They don't respawn, they don't do any of that, it's just they are as they are. You can retreat and fight them piecemeal. Hit and runs are kind of fun. Definitely one of those things that's better said outside of a vehicle. Alrighty. Hackety hack. Did they survive it? Yes. Well, they didn't need to survive it. this team, and it's just going to be them for the rest of the fight, I think. And for the sake of comparison, let's go ahead and change something real quick. Let's go to the options. Battle speed is going to be fast now, camera speed is going to be fast. Let's see what that does. Turn again. And turn, and let's see how much faster that is. Wait, there is one more team somewhere. Where are they? Oh, they're over here. Ooh, that's much faster. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, okay, yeah, they're practically attacking in real time. Okay, good. That I like to see. You wear them down first. Then we'll have the ones on the left come in, and then we'll have the ones on the right. Seems like a good way to handle it. Now, out of curiosity, going forward, what's the deal? Ooh. I know I keep oohing over here, but the animations kind of reminded me of old FF games all of a sudden. Yeah, this speed mode feels nice. I like it. I really like it. It definitely feels a lot more proper. But yeah, so what was I getting at here? I'm sure I was getting at something. Crap. My brain didn't brain so good. What did I remember to forget? I'll forget to remember one of these days. Let me finish them off. Yeah, it feels real good. And finish them off all quick like. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Oh, I guess we have one more team left, huh? Attack. They're gonna heal. Good. Finish them! Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it on permanent speed mode. This is the way to play it. Like, really what it makes me think of is, if you've played March of the Black Queen, specifically the PS1 version, you can turn the speed up really high on that one, and then if you turn off animations, the relative speed at which the game is still running while still having animations is basically the same as that one. So yeah, I really like that. That feels real nice. Alright. Do I want to have these guys fight a real team now? That depends. You know what? That's going to depend entirely on whether or not I get. That's roughly equal numbers. Yeah, maybe I won't attack them just yet. Let's take one more blob squad, and then we can take on the boss. Cards. Would be nice to have a heavy weapons user. I like physics. Blades, so she's going to be a heavy sword specialist. Let's change her over to a warrior. Hopefully get her berserker or something like that. Unfortunately, she's a tad bit naked. My apologies. Yeah, let's give her this robe. It still kind of surprises me that the robe is so protective, though I guess... I mean, a bunch of layers of robe is definitely going to do a bit better than a vest, so... I guess depending on the vest. Interesting note on the weapons, by the way. They aren't, like, hard-locked to what's going to be better with what. Like, if you notice here, each of them are going to be scaling off different stuff. So, basically, just her class is going to be overall better with swords than maces, whereas somebody else would actually get a better scaling bonus for that mace. It's handy. It's a nice way to have certain things be a bit more viable than just kind of a random. It's not exactly random viability, but it's kind of sort of close enough to call it that. Alright, one more blob fight, and then we'll go. See, I added that as a player request. I wouldn't have thought to speed up options on my own. Yeah, it feels real good sped up. Like, I only had the movement speed done up to this point, but this feels real good right now. I'm really, really liking it. So, just my 2 cents anyway. Alright, let's get all these guys out here. And I guess after them, if I can get them... Are you sure you want to start? Yeah. Last guy probably would just get himself killed. This music right here really reminds me of Guild Wars. They're like specifically, what was that area? The kind of snowy area in the first Guild Wars. This theme reminds me of like a more upbeat version of that. I really like it. Like that part of the game, I literally never got past that part of the game just because I was sitting there listening to the music and dying repeatedly. So yeah, I have no idea how Guild Wars ends. As far as I'm concerned, it just ends in some weird frosty apocalypse, where out of nowhere, none of the enemies up to that point were even remotely threatening, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, here's like insta-death Yetis and crap. Like, well, why are we worried about those guys? We just parked ourselves right next to the scariest thing in the game. Alright. Yes. It's nude. It's good. Crap. No, I broke them. I broke them! Hands off the tab button. I'm gonna have to remove my tab key. Actually, I'm hoping that they're just not... Alright. Sounds like that'll be fixed in a minute anyway, so don't take that as a thing that's gonna happen. But anyway, we're outnumbered, and I got rid of one of my main attacking teams. Okay. They're busy dying, but they got a level up. Great. Technically, my best team is still in this, because I'm assuming because Yumi's the most experienced or whatever. She comes in with the heavy armor and is functionally invincible early on. I doubt that'll still be the case. I do know that her overall defense has been kind of significantly higher than everybody else for a good long while. Alright. Can I select them? Nah. Dang it. I locked him in the void. Alright. Do that one. I'm gonna bring these ones in just to distract the squad up here. Hopefully they can survive it. So... Alright, there we go. Survive! Survive! Oh, that double dodge, though. That double dodge! And that crit. RNGesus is being nice today. Being real nice. Alright. Alright. You know, it's kind of funny if you think about it. But like in historical terms, it's always kind of funny how in all RPGs, the first weapon that always get like the order always seems to go short bows, then crossbows, or rather short bows, and sometimes like long bows or light crossbows, and then just like heavy crossbows are usually at the very end of the training spectrum, as it were. Like it's just kind of funny to think about because, I mean, technically speaking, like crossbows were the sort of entry-level thing back in the day. I know that this isn't a suggestion or anything. I just always found it funny that it's always been an RPG thing. Because the whole original starting point of crossbows was just like it took years for somebody to, or at least it took at least a few months for somebody to be, you know, threateningly competent with a bow. And then you just could give a crossbow to somebody and it's like just point at that thing. You just pull the string back, you pull this thing back, you point it, and then the other guy isn't a problem anymore. Like, okay, that's simple enough, I can learn that. And then a few seconds later, they're going off and being all amazing. And that was kind of their, you know, whole selling point. I just found that a little bit funny that in RPGs they're always like the advanced option. It's like, I mean, kind of technologically they were advanced, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just random brain thoughts. All right, that's that turn. There we go. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like you basically see a lot of stuff that you'd see in like RTS games and stuff like that, except turn-based. And the one time, there's been one time that I saw similar things to this, and it wasn't like Ogre Battle, yes, in a real-time sort of sense, but in terms of the actual like turn-based moving everybody around like this, you know what it kind of makes me think of in a way? It's like if you've ever played the DS version of Age of Empires. Like, you'd think that that would suck, but it, like, the general, surprisingly, they pulled it off really well. In fact, I'd argue it's one of the better strategy games on the DS. But either way, just random thought there, because yeah, just notice that it is kind of a similar thing with the way the units move around. Obviously, you're not getting, you know, build orders and stuff like that going on, but just in general, I'd say the overall the way that the movements or the overall way that, you know, you're moving units in and out of fights and stuff like that just kind of feels similar to that. See, I only played Age of Empires on PC. Don't see how you can play without a mouse. That's the thing. They made it to where instead of like having all the different resources and everything, you basically just had gold and food. And then those were like you built a town that now produced food. You built a you basically built a mine on some gold, and then there were only a very select number of unlimited sources of all that in the map. And you could build like maybe 3 towns per map. You could build them up to 9 tiles worth of stuff. So each one of those tiles was either like a tower, which actually just provided a defense bonus. It didn't even attack anything. Like for example, you did that. Let's have him hold position over here because he needs a little bit of healing. Actually meant to have him face this way. That was my mistake. We might have just lost a guy. Anyway, so yeah. And what was I getting at here? So yeah, each type of unit took 1 turn to produce. So you basically put them in one round, and then the next round they'd actually get built. And then you could hire mercenaries for that turn, like in different conditions. And then like if you hired mercenaries, they were just a random unit. It's like it's from some random civilization or even stuff that you couldn't even get. Like for example, there were a bunch of ones that there were only 4 civilizations in that game, but most of them, like most of the mercenary stuff, you couldn't actually use. They were just references to stuff that was available in the first game and stuff like that. But it was handled surprisingly well. From a design perspective, I think it's a pretty interesting study, and I actually would be willing to stream that sometimes. It's interesting. It's really just interesting how well, how do I even put it? It was very elegantly done, let's put it that way. But yeah, what I'm talking about with the unit movements is because in that one, all of your units fighting, like overall fighting strength and stuff like that was determined by their health. So you'd constantly have them go in, they'd get injured, you'd retreat them back, you'd move others in and kind of block off their different paths and stuff like that. And it's, you know, the AI in that thing was nothing spectacular. To be honest, you could just have 1 town and hold off against the hardest AIs with no trouble. In fact, there's even like a little, if I recall correctly, there's a little like mini achievement for it. But yeah, it was interesting. But I will, by the way, I never state this enough. I appreciate the fact that your units still get experience even when they miss. Because that's something I really appreciated in Tactics over PSP as well. Alright, there we go. And who still needs it? I think these guys, or maybe... Okay, let's move you here. Let's move you in to finish this one off, because you guys have had a lot of experience this time. Excellent. Excellent! Bunch of acidic slime that the stores are weirdly interested in. I don't really want to know what they're doing with that. Let's see, which game was it that had a cheat that let you put rocket launcher soldiers and cars into the game? I believe that was AoE 2. Because I know the Viper car, just recently I was watching a thing where they were doing a thing called the Overlord mod for AoE 2. Wherein they just had like 1 giant castle in the very center, and they just basically... If people sucked up to them and whatever else, they gave them resources, or if they like sacrificed units to them, they gave them resources. But then if anybody was being a dick, it was basically like a 5-way fight, except the one in the center was the only one that had like all the resources. So everybody else had to play nice with this one in the center in order to actually win the game. But one of the things that they kept doing is spawning cars. Like every time somebody got on their nerves or whatever else, they would just spawn a bunch of Vipers, Dodge Vipers, to go and run them over. Oh, it was nuts. Let's see, figured characters would still learn from failure. It would be no fun at all to send a weak character into late game because then he would never level up. Exactly. Hello there, Mr. Padman. What's up is you have somehow survived up to this point. Congratulations. Let's see, you got a level right over here. So congratulations on your level up, Pan. Let's see, what are we making you? I gotta... Let's see. Actually, control skill is pretty useful. Let's see if we can make you an illusionist. Dang it. Hey, we're gonna make you a wizard or something. I don't know. Make a wizard or something, or warrior, whatever. We'll go warrior. That works just the same. You get to be a warrior. Congratulations. Put you down the physical path here. Why are you getting all naked on stream there, man? Why are you doing that? Alright, let's give you this mace. Let's give you this thing. Sword would be better, but whatever, you get a mace. It's a slight difference. Actually, out of curiosity, do the weapons that you give them in any way affect the rolls of the cards for that particular weapon type? Keeps making me wonder. Also, yeah, definitely leadership on her, because she's nigh invincible, so that sounds pretty good. Let's see. Physical defense, yes, because her defense is already way up there. And blades sounds pretty good, so she's hitting pretty darn hard. Yeah, I'm noticing the scaling on the weapons isn't nearly as intense as it was before. I'm just liking a lot of the stuff that's changed in this version. I mean, I know it's been a few versions, so I can't say it was specifically this version, but the stuff that's changed since I last had a chance to look at this, I'm really liking it. Alright, blades on you. I'd like a caster if I could. Feels like Superfleet needs to be a caster. Or a grifter, that works too. Okay, let's make you a grifter. And actually, the reason that I have her in the same team as Pro Cow is just because, like, she is the Eastern equivalent of his Western equivalent. Like, they are both ridiculously good Armored Core challenge runners. To the point that that after the Rocket run, like, aside from the Blenderizer thing, which nobody's actually tried, I actually kind of bowed out of a lot of the challenge runs because they just do them so much better. Anyway, so Grifter. I'm gonna do blades because I think that affects knives as well. Say no weapons don't affect the cards, but if you get a mace specialization for one class, then mace might be better when you switch to another. Very true, very true. Alright, Forester. So Dagar, you're gonna be a Forester now. Let's get you naked to celebrate. Naked celebration. Actually, no, you know what? I want him as a Grifter first because I want to get that crit up. Because ranged units with crit are really dang good. There we go, Grifter. We'll pick you up some knives. I actually forgot to pick up my starting knives. So yeah, if you go to the store and you buy a bunch of daggers early on, they're very handy to have. Actually, wait a minute, no, last time weren't the daggers taken out of the store? Like, you have to get them from goblins now? Something like that? Or am I thinking of something else? Let's see, blades. What else do we want to do? And marksmanship. Maybe you'll pew-pew better with your laser swords. I don't think that's how that works, but I feel like laser swords are exactly what Mr. Cow would want. He loves to do his laser blade runs. Alright, yep. He's a Mr. Cadetman. Alright, Nate, let's level you up with all your baldness. Specialize in blackness for some reason. Let's go Forester. Get you all archery-like, and marksmanship, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I love the random level ups. It's interesting because it's kind of like an elegant way to work in the whole randomizer thing that you end up seeing from basically every strategy RPG ever. In fact, I've been trying to figure out a way to get Tactics Ogre PSP, specifically the One Vision mod. I've been trying to figure out how to get that randomized for a long time. Technically speaking, it shouldn't be possible. Also, you're kind of looking like a Mormon version of what's it? Of Walter White right now. It's just like he just like gave up the whole cooking thing and just like became a Mormon. Just sitting there every well, actually, I guess it's every fourth Sunday crying about stuff. Apparently, I just have really bad luck on showing up on Crying Day. I'm not making fun of it. I understand the point. It's just I don't know. Anytime that I was asked to go, it was always Crying Sunday. And yeah, it's kind of hard to describe if you've never been to one of those. It's not actually officially called Crying Sunday, but still. Let's see. Can I tell you about the Lord and Savior Jesus? If not, I have some meth. Pretty much. I mean, there we go, Runegir. Finally, I can go make I I can go make a veil. So, alright. Let's go do this thing. So, we have what we need. Go over here. I think we should make it right before sundown. Ah, that's astoundingly average. Coffee is astoundingly average. I do want to go to the mine. No, thank you. Alright, go to Elusmer? Yes, I do. Did we make it on time, or was it exactly one tile too long? I think we made it past sundown. Well, no, we didn't. There we go. We've got elders. Hi, elders. You look elderly. No, you don't. There are plenty of beasts in the wild. You don't look elderly at all. You look like you're barely 18. Okay. Are you elderly? Mr. Angus, the steak seller. Please tell me you've got steak. Right, we've got all kinds of good stuff here. Definitely pick up leather. Tempered arming swords, that sounds handy. And that's basically about all we can... We can actually sell some acid to this guy, probably. So we're not too terribly off on that whole here's some meth thing, but it's more acid. Actually, we can't sell it, can we? Alright, that's fine. What about these things? Anything we can... I could arguably sell that hammer, but I don't want to. I think I can make some tempered arming swords. I think I should have the equipment for it. Let's see. So I've got coal, I've got iron. Alright. Tempered arming sword. Okay, smith hammer, iron bar, coal chunk. Okay, coal chunk and iron. And I'm just short on coal. Okay. We just need to pick up some coal. Give me equipment, sir. Like no more? Nah, I'm alright. Give me coal. And or I could just chuck my breakfast in there. Because 9 times out of 10, I tend to completely eviscerate my breakfast. Actually, my wife has warned me about eating that crap pretty regularly now. She's like, hey, how about you don't die of cancer early on and start taking away your breakfast? I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I'll stop dying from cancer, God. Alright. Am I making now? Or am I missing something here? Coal 5, okay, well, poo, okay. What can I sell to you? Would you like to buy the shiny rock? Yep, sell you 1 shiny rock. Also, I'm glad that it starts off as 1 for those now. Let me get a couple of them suckers. There we go. And exit out of that. Alright. And now we get a sword. So now smithing hammer does not get consumed, because them things are expensive as crap. Also, probably mixing cheese in a coal chunk won't necessarily help us, nor will mixing it with a rune. There we go, craft it. Got crafted! Tempered sword, arming to, or added to inventory. Fantastic. Who do we want to give this thing to? I feel like Cow's probably gonna need it. Yeah, it's a upgrade of 10. Is there any downsides to the upgraded equipment out of curiosity? Let's see, 6 extra attack, no extra block, and 5 extra blue scaling. So yeah, I think blue helps with their laser sword situation. That's why he's getting more out of it. Alright, now let's go make a ferry and then talk to some dang elders. And this time, not get myself stuck on a unleavable platform. Are you an elderly? Would you like to learn more about druids? No, that's alright. I know, you probably do all kinds of shady stuff in the forest. What about you? Do you need some stuff? No, I'm right. Why am I... What just happened there? Okay, that was weird. For some reason, talking to him while holding down the button, even when I held down the button, caused me to start to open. Not sure what that was all about. Oh well. Now then, Enchanter's Wand, Rungia, and one of them suckers, yeah? Is that what I need? Oh, I need water or something, don't I? Spring water, okay. Also, that's an enchanter's wand, not a druidic wand. Okay. Who? Okay, so I do need to sell you some stuff, lady. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. You there. How'd you like some suspicious arcane dust powder? Just sell all of those, because I think I'm gonna need like 5 grand or something. Yeah, that's smithing. I might actually sell that hammer for now, because that's all I really plan to make for the time being. And I know I can get one better. Or get one later. Oh, crap, Dude, I have a lot of these. Yeah, I'll... Go ahead. Give me all the cash, sure. Let's go ahead and buy then. Let's see, summon wolf. Wood carving rune shear. Okay, yeah, definitely get the wolf. Give me 5 of these. Come on, give me 5. Or a lot more than 5. Okay, 25 is fine too. Pumpkin head, let's see, earthseed, shear, and waistcoat. Oh! Okay, actually, yeah, no, give me one of them too. Definitely want one of them pumpkin dudes. So I think we've got a waistcoat. So all we're missing is some carvings and more runes then. So let's go talk to them. Let's see. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to be able to move. Gotcha. Man, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the change in UI. This looks so much nicer now. Now, if I recall correctly, though, weren't you supposed to be able to pick up that wand? Yeah, are you going to give me one of those? Okay, very important part of our life. So just special sites like this, like that tree stump over there, can do services, make fairy blossoms bloom, can add runes to your weapons to make them more powerful, can even hatch dragons. Nice. So you can find druid recipes in your travel, come back here and try them out. About that whole coming back here thing. Alright. Yeah, I need a druidic wand. Oh, I do have one. Oh, and I have a lot of them, too. Okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind, I just did a dumb. That's fine. So you go ahead and make Mr. Vinvale. So you still have a few buttons to change, but liking the new buttons, yeah, it looks so much nicer now. Just like, in general, the overall presentation is just so much nicer. Ooh, chicken, can I hire you? Dude, I will pay you like 10 grand. Join me, chicken. Join me in your travels. I must know of your adventures. Dang it. Okay, bug in the game. I can't hire this champion of a chicken over here. I must have this chicken. I must have it. This chicken. Let me talk to it at least. I must know what his deal is. Come back here, chicken. You're amazing. Unfortunately, the chicken won't let me know. It won't let me know. Won't tell me what it's up to. Alright. Naked fairy check. You are now Vinvale. There we go. Don't need to go to Lance menu. Why am I going to Lance menu? We can't stick you over here, however, in the Absolutely Ace squad. So yeah, he wanted to be a... What's it? He wanted to be a vampire or a fairy. He's now a vampire fairy. Surprisingly, that's them dressed. There's a whole lot of midriff for somebody flying through the air. Now then, Darkling, there you go. Be all naked and free. Fairy wand, sprouting wand. Can't dual wield, but whatever. Whatever, that's fine. Probably shouldn't have them right on the sides like that. No, wait, no. Cancel. Cancel. I must save. I think he said he wanted to put chickens in the party. Now it's official. I have to put them in. Dude, that would be so awesome. Like, okay. Okay, I should point out, after what happened with the, like, Suikoden hardcore run a little while ago, I was completely against doing any, like, Suiko 2 challenge runs or whatever else, and then somebody said, hey, you can have an entire team of squirrels, and then I was just immediately on board with that again. been expecting you. That dude's been raiding our crap. Yep, stop him. Do you know where we can find him? Oh, okay. West end of our valley. Just strolling around. And draw him out if you defeat some of his rogue. Oh? Interesting, okay. You had the militia here? Right. What militia? Alright. Build children to have... Okay. Did they all die young? Let's see, contribute in their own way, but only men can do the man thing. Okay. Gotcha. So, not a big lady types town. Understood. Alright. What is in here? Because I don't believe this was enterable last time I was here. Alright, alchemy. I don't have any alchemy stuff yet. Wait, this was enterable last time. I just... Okay. Okay, I'm just being dumb. It's fine. Now that druidic wand. Yeah, 3 grand each. Sell 4 of them. Yeah, I'm liking how much... Wait, how much would you want to sell? Oh, no. Don't sell that thing. I'll sell this thing. Sell a bunch of them, because apparently they don't break. Out of curiosity, is there a chance to break? Like, is it possible to make it so that there's a chance to break on use or something like that, or would that just be too obnoxious? Because you can get a ton of them for a ton of cash at this point, which I'm assuming is intentional. But just wondering. Just wondering. Let's see. Now that I have a crap load of money, I wonder if I can. Also, sorry for punching the microphone. Just trying to scratch my beard. Apparently accidentally punching things is just kind of what happens when you have a beard. I don't know. Definitely helps with the cold, though, of which there's plenty. And how is that snow still coming down? Like, I swear, there's snow coming up to the top of our fence. It's ridiculous. This crap is nuts. Alright, you run the store for that. Okay, so you don't have any of that stuff. Okay, Claymore I know I'll use later. Pick that up. Sledge could be useful. Hand axes, battle axes, maybe not as much. But I'm assuming I can probably pick those up later anyway. So, moving on. Let's see, sorry, kid was talking, I missed something. Did you have a question? Yeah, just mostly was wondering whether it was intentional for there to be so many, so many of the really expensive, crafting tools available. Sorry for all the uhs there. Didn't brain so good at that particular instance. But yeah, it seems like you can just get a crap load of them by going to Fairy Forest and basically have infinite cash. Okay, so it looks like there's more of these little bandit groups now. And it also looks like somebody is pretty severely outnumbered. Let's go ahead and save it before we inevitably get squad wiped. I'm kidding, we're probably pretty well sorted here. Especially if I have Blue's team leading everything here, we should be pretty well solid. So, out of curiosity, because I probably should have done this first, but what happens if you go to the town before you attack their stuff? See, it should increase the number of Giroons, would be nice. Stay away from the tab button. I know! I'm not pushing the tab button before I get anybody else stuck in the infinite void. Alright. There we go. Let's put all these dudes here. So I'm gonna put these dump squads behind this one. You over here, and then you over here. Not that there's any particular reason to have that one random student just kind of hanging out, but whatever. What are we looking at here, fight-wise? Okay, they're just coming up in 2 squads from the back here. Looks like just 1 healer, 2 melees, and 3 ranged units. No problem. No problem whatsoever. They're a good ways away, though. So I think we're just going to set up a bit of a team on the road, and then just completely gangpile them as soon as they get close. This shouldn't be much of a fight. But yeah, so, let's see, the elders just tell you to draw Bellamy by fighting his dudes. If you fight his dudes before you talk to the elders, they just skip ahead to the next dialogue, since that's what they're supposed to do. Okay, but if you, for example, go to the town, I'm talking about, like, if you go to the Bellamy fight, before you do any of that. Like, do you just skip all of that dialogue then, or... Like, if you just go directly there like you used to be. And I'll make sure to do a separate save just to kind of test that out. Just to make sure it's working as intended and all that. See how that part? No, the Bellamy fight won't start if you haven't done the other stuff first. So, what's actually in that town then? It's come to think that I don't think I've ever seen that town without the Bellamy fight in it. Just kind of figured it was kind of the point of that town. You know what, this fight music almost makes me almost kind of makes me think of FTL in a bit, and it's probably just because of all the drums there. I know, everything reminds me of something else. By the way, Evan, sorry to have you all out by your lonesome here. I'm just waiting for somebody to get a leadership level up so that I can add you to their team. Don't worry, you'll catch up. There we go, first team of willing sacrifices has just reared their little head here. So, what do we want to do? Let's move you up to attack ranged. Alright. That used up their heal. These guys should probably not be going right there. Oh well. Should be at least minorly okay. Meanwhile, you guys can probably... Actually, wait. Does that path still exist? It does. Okay. So you go that way. As do you. Not that you're really going to be doing anything. Alright, I'm going to move you back here because we're gonna let them pop in next round. There we go. You can handle it. See, just a cutscene, characters will walk up and say, we should just wait here for my Bellamy to show up. Gotcha. Gotcha. I mean, I'm sure we can hold the bridge just fine. I was just kind of hoping to get a bit more experience for everybody. But that's fine, we'll just steamroll them. Get steamrolled. Alright. Blocked, but whatever. And you go here, and you do about the same. Just gonna head him off this way, and then yeah, Evan, you're just gonna stay right there. You're gonna observe from afar. You will get just a massive dump of experience by just sitting there. Clearly, that's how the game works. Interestingly, there's actually one strategy, now that I think about it, that could work pretty well here. Let's go ahead and test this out. If I move you forward, have you pretend to attack, he should just end up taking a couple of hits and healing. Yeah, there we go. Definitely took more punishment than I would have liked him to, but he just took a couple of hits and healed. So theoretically, you could have an entire team of healers just like run up and essentially tank hits like that. Actually, Evan, I might have just gotten you killed. My apologies. You're out of range. You need to chase these guys down. Let's get everybody else going this way. That's one way to give him XP. I would hate to have that job. You are the sacrificial healer. You're just here to get turned into Swiss cheese repeatedly, and oh, whoops. Sorry, Evan. I kinda got you killed for an experiment. My bad. How would you like to come back as a wolf? That's the usual run of things. Like, oh, let me go test this thing. Oh wait, I just accidentally got everybody dead. Kind of like the other day where I thought I was playing it safe and kind of might have doomed my X Division run. But you know, whatever. Hopefully that comes back. I mean, apparently science-wise, that's actually got a decent chance to come back. It's just the fact that we keep losing fights because I keep doing really stupid decisions. That's the part that might be a little bit of a downer. Alright. Not sure if you can hear it in the background. The puppy's a bit upset today. Because he's a bit of a smart boy. And refused to go to the bathroom outside, where it's cold as hell, because he needs to eat the snow. So he's just there whining like, oh man, jeez, let me out of here. I want to go have an accident in the middle of the living room again because I refuse to go to the bathroom outside. Because it's way too friggin' cold and I'm too busy getting, like, repeatedly giving myself a brain freeze trying to eat the snow. Couldn't handle it. That's how we learn. Exactly. But again, I mean, who knows, maybe Rune's years are just like, we just collected Evan's friggin' remains and shoved it in a jar, or just put it in a box and just wrote a friggin' Jeer symbol on there. Could be how that works, I don't know. I mean, is anyone here friggin' Norwegian? I know I'm not. Come from a pretty friggin' cold place, but it's not like I've actually, like, known the place for any length of time. I'm just weirdly good with the colds. There we go. Yeah, by the way, did you update the visuals on the cadets? Because that's looking nicer. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Most of their hits are kind of whipping, but it's fine. Alright. Proceed to crush. Crush, destroy! Okay, fantastic. Fight on without you, he says, being the last member of the party. Alright. Let's have you crushionate, please. That guy's imbalanced. I don't know what... I think imbalanced ruins their dodge for the turn, doesn't it? So you're 25% Norwegian? That just means... Yeah, exactly. That means it will shove you in a box and you'll come back as a wolf or something. So you don't remember doing anything to cadet attack effects, but they should hit more often than they used to, so you'll see the effects more often. Okay, good. Because, yeah, before, all that I remember seeing was just, like, a little shadow sword thing flying through the air, and then that was kind of about it. And they tended to do kind of piss-all damage and almost never actually hit. And I think the one time I actually managed to get an effective one was a really over-leveled pink lady. And yes, I know. I know their names. I'm just, for some reason, I'm just calling them by their colors. It's like a... what's it? It's like kind of like a Reservoir Dogs thing going on. Alright. Have we spawned any fairy forests? Because now I have to make Evan into a wolf. As an apology for making him super dead for basically no reason. Wait. Please tell me I'm not getting a cold. I think my throat's just dry from this unbelievably generic coffee. Could be that. Also, we're moving really slow because I forgot to let anyone rest again. See, something like that unbalanced reduces their defenses. Gotcha. Gotcha. Come on, Yeroon. Come on. Give me that loot. And boo. Okay. Well, let's take a nap until the morning. First we have a nap, then we fire some missiles. But first we gotta have that nap. Alright, I see one spawned over there. Now, these things only spawn when they're off your camera, right? As far as how their spawns and crap go. So I think it's like a certain distance and then you have to not be facing them, if I recall correctly. See, are there any wolf armies on this map? I think wolf statues are dropping them. Yeah, there's actually one right here. There's a wolf pack. So we'll go deal with them, and yeah, I can never say wolf pack without immediately hearing the Sabaton song, because that thing's pretty darn dandy. Alright, enter Paris Forest, yes. Something I've noticed is, come to think of it, it's probably related to the rest mechanic, but I've noticed sometimes when walking on, like, above abandoned mines or whatever else, that we're stopped to ask if we want to go in them. I'm assuming it's because I didn't let them rest, and it was probably moving one tile at a time. But either way. Necromancer's just a very late healer. True. Very, very true. Yeah, actually, speaking of necromancers, it was always one of my, like I say always, but as of last year, it was one of those things that I really, really appreciated about March of the Black Queen, because they aren't actually called necromancers, but the class that is basically a necromancer in that one, because you basically have to turn into that to turn into a lich. But yeah, the class that's supposed to be a necromancer in that one, it has a charisma requirement, which basically just implies that, yeah, they're actually convincing skeletons to join them. And then, yeah, once they become undead, they just basically lose all their charisma immediately. Iron bar. I think somebody just fell down the stairs again, because people keep doing that, because they forget to get the snow off their shoes. Oh god, people, it's like 3 feet of snow outside. Wipe your dang feet. Alright. Alright, another rune sen. Eventually we'll get it. Eventually. Right, let's move over to this one then. I should point out, in the normal course of play, probably people won't be this obsessed with trying to get another rune. But oh well. Oh well. Also, we're just about bottomed out for rest, so we're gonna have to take a nap after this. Speaking of naps, I should probably go, double check what's going on with napping kiddos, because the monitor is showing me no activity over there. Alright, another rune sen. Yeah, there's a lot of rune sens. I'm gonna think about what are the sens for. Because it seems like years are the useful ones. Actually, rune sens are the weapon upgrade ones, aren't they? Alright. Let them rest for 11 hours, and hang on just 1 second. 1 sec. Alright, and I'm back. So, to answer the question as to why anybody would go out, literally the only reason is usually either to go get food or to go to work. The weird part is, like, every school and non-essential service is shut down except for some medical stuff. Like, I don't know why some businesses reopened in this crap, because they were completely closed yesterday. Like, it's been absolutely nuts. You can't even safely drive in most cases. So, Actually, just double checking real quick, because it occurs to me that I never did get a message from my wife confirming that she made it to work. I sent out a text double checking on that earlier, but yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Like, there's, even in the plowed out areas, there's at least several inches of snow. In the non-plowed areas, it can literally go up to your knees and beyond that. It's absolutely nuts out there right now, and yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, I'm hoping she gets called out for like a lunch day or like a half day or something. But seriously, like, so to explain, her concern was that folks would, like, it's dangerous. Like, a lot of the people that come in to her place there are the older folks. Like, they're dangerous on the roads on a normal day. Like, this is not normal. Like, even for Michigan, this is extreme. I mean, like, it's to the point where, okay, to give you an idea of how friggin' frigid it is out here. If you go outside, you feel your skin burning. Like, you just basically start feeling, you just go numb and then you just feel burning within a few seconds. To actually open the door, I have to kick the dang thing open when going out there, because essentially, like, the thing freezes shut. In order to even, like, to get my wife's car uncovered, it took 2 trips to go outside. And then when I noticed I was running short on time, I was just basically, like, going and digging with both hands to try to find a car under there. Like, it's ridiculous. It is just disgusting out there right now. But yeah, no, she confirmed it. She confirmed it! They get all pissy if you do personal calls. Okay, there's... No, wait. Hold off on that wolf pack. Let's go remake Evan H as a wolf. Do you want to enter Looted Wagon? Hell yeah, I do. I want to enter that crap all day. Okay, oak limbs, potatoes. Yeah, frostquake. Yeah, by the way, what's the deal with that? Apparently those are some new phenomena now? Like, how does a frostquake even work? I mean, seriously, the first time I heard about that was today, and it's apparently only happening in Illinois right now. Like, what the hell? It's just bizarre. Oh, by the way, I just noticed, how can I make a wolf if I haven't fought a wolf to get a wolf? Durr. Okay. Back we go. Also, interestingly, if you hold down both buttons, you can make her hilariously twitch out, but only if holding down S and D. Let's see. Let's test out the other directions. Yeah. WD is fine. WA is fine. Okay, so it's anything combined with down. What happens if I do up and down? Nothing. Okay. So yeah, both the downward ones have a hilarious twitch, and that's pretty fantastic. Okay. Main menu. Now let's go ahead and get some level ups. See, water and the soil will freeze and expand till it explodes. Jeez. Yeah, all this mess is pretty friggin' metal, I gotta say. And you know, it bugged me to no end that, like, the only response we get from the president out of all this is just like, oh man, this just somehow proves that global warming ain't real. It's like, dude, it confirms it harder than anything so far. Like, oh man, look at this thing. I gotta promote myself even while people are freezing to death. Ugh. Anyway. In less disgusting news, I mean, there's sewers. Okay, leadership. Oh, nice. We can make Elxanthus a leader. Come on, give me that double leadership. Okay, axe specialization? Yes. Give that axe spec and strength. Okay. Return. Now, I don't think I actually have an axe for her. Does I? Ooh, conveniently I have exactly 1 axe for you. Congratulations! Oh, she can even offhand it! Okay, no, we should do that better. There we go, let's give her that. Okay, that downgrades her attack. Yeah, a single axe for her is better than her dual wielding, even with the tempered weapon here. But yeah, she's currently our most capable leader by the looks of it. So we'll redo the party a little bit. Redo the squads. Hello there, Mr. Cow. I'll build a wall around Canada, yeah. It's... I wouldn't even be surprised. There was an Acolyte in there. Why didn't I take the Acolyte? Why didn't I do it? There was an Acolyte. You never start off with Acolytes. Alright, and deal card, and bronze, why not? I think Tinkers use bronze. Alright, let's change you over to a Tinker, then we can make you a Shooter. Tinker, Tinker, Tinker. Apparently she Tinker clothes right off. As you do. We have no weapons for you though, that's fine. What is the deal with Tinkers? Like, what's their role exactly? I think you told me before. Like, I know that they can get engineering skills, which this is the earliest that you get them. Like, aside from engineering skills, are there any fighting-related things that they get? Let's go Blades on you, since they're pretty common. Let's go Control. And I guess Heavy. We'll make you a heavy sword user down the line. And I guess we'll give you this Tempered one, since nobody's currently using it. There we go. Actually, I forgot to go pick up those daggers. Alright, let's save. Save this first of all, then go fight some wolves, then go make a wolf, then go fight the boss. Alright, moving on. So you'll come back to that card again eventually, this is true. Tinkers use hammers and all engineering weapons. Maybe they can get a bonus to leading slimes or automatons. Ooh, that'd be really cool. Yet, that would actually be a really nice thing, because then it's like, hey, here's a reason to come back to this basic class early on. Like, it feels like everything other than the first basic 2 should have something in there that's like a, you know, late game, go back to this because it gives you a bonus kind of thing. That'd be pretty cool. Ruined Sound, Druidic Wand, and Fairy Wand. The main reason I'm going back to these is because I'm just getting more stuff that I can potentially sell for a crap load of money at crafting shops. Alright. Hello there, Wolfpack. Hello, came to Wolfpack. It's a song about submarines. Yeah, so I gotta say, Sabaton is one of those groups that it's like they've got really good music, but then it's really hard to explain, like, everything line by line as far as why it's a song, when you're actually driving along. Like, probably one of the more awkward things was when somebody was looking through a Sabaton playlist, and one of the songs on there is literally called Final Solution. It's like, dude, why are you listening to weird Nazi music? It's like, no, it's exactly the opposite. It's like, the point was that it's a song about hopelessness and stuff like that, and, like, under that kind of regime or whatever, because if you've never heard Sabaton, which I'm assuming most of the folks here probably have, it's like, it's songs basically going over all kinds of different stories throughout history. Some of them going all the way back to the Greeks, a lot of them about World War II and things like that.